Yeah, Slark is
What's your
like an
next?
unplayable matchup for Timbersaw. Like that hero is way too good at dealing with Timbersaw. Um, Monkey King is banned as well. You could still run. Oh, Bat Rider's banned too. Jeez, there is not a lot of heroes left. I mean, you could go for a classic gyrocopter or something along those lines.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of other
Gyrocopter,
options.
yeah.
Dire's turn
Gyrocopter
to
would be
ban
a little bit
Earth
rough.
Spirit.
Ricky is a really popular carry right now, but I feel like you've
It
come
is
online a little bit
time
too
to
slow
ban
against the Timbersaw.
Oh,
I
okay.
think Troll Warlord
It is
uh,
Radiant's
makes
turn.
sense to me. You're not going to do a whole lot with your whirling axes. That evasion is going to go very far against these heroes. It's going to be interesting. I think this is going to come down to how the off lane goes. Yet again, it's going to be the Timbersaw up against the Troll Warlord. If the Timbersaw ends up having a
10
good time here,
seconds.
then the game is going to be very difficult for Jiang Hu. If the Troll Warlord can pop off, then
5
it's going to be
seconds remain.
very easy.
If I'm not
We'll have to
mistaken,
see.
Giant loves Timbersaw as well. It's a big thing. Like he loves this hero.
Mhm.
So he's like also on another
Dire's
comfort
turn
pick.
to
The
ban.
Van the Clockwork, I like that. That would have been a very good support pick here. Really messes with both Witch Doctor and Earth Spirit and Timbersaw and Earthshaker. Yeah, geez, that is. I just like I go down the list. I'm like, yeah, okay, never mind. That's literally like
That's
one of the greatest
everyone.
supports you could have picked this game.
Yeah,
10
would go a
seconds
very long
remain.
way here. So I'm glad that they got rid of that one. This
5
is probably going to be an
seconds.
Earth Spirit mid, then, isn't it?
No, no, no,
No,
no, no
I
way.
mean, there was Earthshaker, Witch
Radiant's
Doctor,
turn to
Earth
ban.
Spirit.
Oh wait,
One of these are going to have to be played in a core role. So I'm thinking that it might be Earth Spirit mid. I mean, it's started to become a little bit more popular. 4DR saw a lot of success with it when we were covering BTS Pro Series 4 together.
10
I think he was
seconds.
undefeated with his mid Earth Spirit, but we're in the North American region right
5
now and not the South
seconds
American region.
remain.
And
who's standing in again today for Mio?
Dire must
Red 2,
choose.
I think
Red
Red
2.
2 does play Earth Spirit. So that could
Interesting.
be Earth Spirit mid.
Yeah, it's either that or it's going to be an Earthshaker. Certainly, it won't be a Witch Doctor mid, right?
I mean, take me back to the old days of Witch Doctor Dagon. That stuff was hilarious.
10 seconds remain.
You just walk
Uh,
around with Witch Doctor. You
5
see a hero, you
seconds.
throw Cask, Witch, Maledict, Dagon, attack him once, and then throw on the shades
let
and
his
walk away.
yeah, let Maledict do its work. Cool
Ah,
people
yes,
don't
the
look at
Witch Doctor.
explosions and whatnot. I'm excited for this one. All right, Razor now banned out against the Troll Warlord. Makes sense. Get rid of the counter there. But now at the
Radiant's
bottom of the
turn
reserve
to
time, what do they
ban.
grab here? The
Oh
tiny,
God,
and gotta
Neff,
say,
falling rocks. Good, we came prepared.
we did. We
We
figured this
knew.
one would
We
happen.
knew it would happen.
You
There
know,
may not be an OD in this game, but we
no meteors falling.
there's definitely going to
10
be some big
seconds remain.
avalanches here.
Safety first, everybody.
5
As
seconds
things are in the
remain.
North American DPC. Electronic Boys probably didn't see this one coming. I like the tiny on one hand. You've got heavy burst damage. If you could start, popping off, as I keep talking about, you can just 100 to 0 some of these heroes.
It's good against
Timbersaw,
Timber.
yeah, it's very good against Timber because he's somebody who likes to drawn out fights a lot, like Alchemist does. They finish things up with
Reset
Oh,
Medusa.
your
I mean,
hero.
they needed a
Make the
super hard
ultimate
carry here.
that's a
It
great
had to be
pick.
somebody.
Such a good pick.
It is. I'm not sure who else would have been like enough as a frontliner, would have been able to pump out as much damage. Medusa, I think, was their only option here for heroes that were going to.
There's just
Uh,
no answer
bring this
to it on
in.
Jiang Hu. I mean, remember when we saw Arteezy play the Medusa and you're just like, yeah, this is a really good Medusa game. And then what happens? He just never dies and ends up being like beyond godlike. Um, Troll Warlord, like this is a miserable matchup for him. You can never really threaten the Medusa. He's not a hero that wants to build Diffusal. Neither is Nature's Prophet. Neither of these heroes can really apply a lot of pressure because of the nature of Stone Gaze.
10
And then they have
seconds.
so much follow-ups control with like a core Earth Spirit.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a sick
Uh,
draft. I like this draft from Eboys.
if the Medusa doesn't have a good game, then they'll end up falling off. I will say that they're gonna have to throw a lot of rotations into Electronic Boys' safe lane here. in order to shut this Medusa down. But it's going to be tricky when you're playing against an Earth Spirit. When you play against ES mid, he dictates the pace of the game. You have to respond to his rotation. There's so much damage coming out from this hero, and he's so tanky as well. They're going to struggle to deal with him. I do like what Jiang Hu have going on here. I feel like there's more options for ways for them to play this map. It's a little bit like they don't necessarily have to win the offlane of the Nature's Prophet like Giant has to do on the Timbersaw. Like Nature's Prophet has the option of split pushing and whatnot. This game could go multiple ways for Jiang Hu. It needs to go one way, and that's the Medusa popping off for Electronic Boys. So I guess given the fact that they have extra options to work with here, I favor the Dire.
All right. I mean, I appreciate that. I am going to pick Eboys here because I'm a big fan of Earth Spirit mids. Big fan of Earth Spirit mids, and I want to see Red 2 pull out all of the moves tonight. And I think the Medusa is just going to be that like ace in the hole where they, maybe they, as the game goes on, they'll have like this late game carry, but I think it's going to be the Red 2 show all day today. At least in this game. I think this core Earth Spirit's going to be sick.
Prepare for
See what P1 is able to do then.
Puck.
He had a pretty good performance last game.
Yeah, and say the one thing they have going for them is P1's puck is incredibly good.
Yeah. Be careful about that. He's gonna run down the mid lane. I mean, both these not using rolling bullet. I thought he was using his movement spell. Can he get the ward up? He does. Red 2's got a ward of his own, but I don't think they saw it. They scout out Red 2 and they know that he's got an observer ward.
They're gonna wait for him to walk back down. Did they ping? Did no one ping it? Did they know? I mean, Grimstroke is right there with the sentry. Storm has to know. He has to know.
No, hold on. Let's see.
30 seconds.
Interesting. They didn't quite get the Treant into the tower range to scout out that ward. They tried to there with the Nature's Prophet, but they were just slightly off the mark over here. I think if you put it just a little bit further in this direction.
Ward, right?
All right, they did end up scouting it.
Yeah. Because the thing is like this ward scouted the Earth Spirit walking this way, and he walked up with the ward and then walked down without the ward, and Storm is just staring at him the whole time. They don't ping it, but I was like, I'm pretty sure they know.
Yeah.
Well, they get the D ward mid and 3 bounty runes. A pretty darn good way to start the game.
Yeah. I'm gonna call it. I was right, and they ended up winning this game. Better draft. There it is. The game is over.
It's it. This isn't an NA pub though, Neff. We are here. We are the builders. We're here to try and construct a healthy North American Dota environment.
Mm-hmm.
No more 0-minute GGs.
It could be anyone's game, that's for sure. I mean, it's just seeing how this mid lane goes and what the puck is able to do against the Earth Spirit here. You have so much more base damage to work with thanks to this Quelling Blade. You've got extra harass here on the puck that range to work with, but we'll have to see. First wave does go the way of the Earth Spirit. In the bottom lane, actually, I'm going to have this all be a 1v1 at the start.
It's pretty good for Neko in the first lane, or for the first couple levels. Once Timbersaw's level 3, he pretty much has 0 pressure that he can apply. It is just a tri-lane top, and it ends up resulting in Albino Zebra finding the first blood onto the Grimstroke. I mean, I didn't catch his entire death there, but I'm pretty sure it just consisted of right clicks. Yep.
Yeah.
Just a fissure and right clicks. Nicely done.
Sometimes that's all it takes. A whole lot of, I mean, you're not that great at right-clicking on the Grimstroke, unfortunately. You only have 48 base damage at level 1, so you're going to lose a lot of those trades. Bottom lane, he decides to sit down here. Now that Giant is level 2, harass him a bit before he gets his 3, but it's only a matter of time. You will need the Grimstroke here alongside the Troll Warlord now, but...
Neff, I'll be honest, this might be the best game for us to have been wearing protective gear. I'm looking around at what we're dealing with here, and there's just so many things we have to be worried about.
Flying rocks coming out from both teams.
Yeah, we've got the fissure causing roadblocks. We have Timbersaw causing massive deforestation and falling trees.
You've got,
Everything. It's all here.
Troll Warlord throwing axes. You don't want one of those hitting your noggin, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is true.
Speaking of things you don't want hitting you, Mystic Snake is going to be a serious problem for Old White. He's using them to farm up these Nature's Prophet treants as well. You need a
Oh,
couple
once you have
levels
like
in
level
this
2, it does so much more damage. Where you'll be able to like pretty much pick those off pretty easily. Giant now being level 4 in the bottom lane is just crushing Storm and Neko. And this is what I was saying. Once he hits like level 3, there's not much you can do to pressure him out. Unless you get like 2 roots in a row. All right.
Yeah. And he's got the 1 point in the Timber Chain to deal with Storm over here. I mean, normally you'd have to be afraid of the Ink Spell, but whenever it's about to pop, you Timber Chain away, you're going to be nice and safe, which is why he ended up going the 1-1-2 build we've got going on right now. That's that first point of Whirling Death to secure CS, and that first point into Timber Chain where we get away from the Grimstroke.
Nice play on the Earth Spirit mid. Able to just like kind of juke out. He's like can't like pump faking like spells onto P1, forcing him to use that phase shift early. He's starting to fall low though. Yeah, he's gonna have to roll out.
Still playing a little bit slow. Not a great time to be forced to roll out, by the way. We're just about hitting that 4-minute mark, and Tiny's gonna TP in, refills on the puck's bottle. And he's gonna secure himself the rune. If they don't end up, yeah, it's gonna be Tiny holding 1 rune and
yeah, Earth
Storm
Spirit's
here.
in base. He's gonna TP back in, but the rune's already there. P1 grabs an arcane. I mean, the thing is, Red did fully refill his bottle, and he really didn't lose that much experience here because he is just able to roll all the way back to base and then TP. And 3 of the creeps were still here, so he, I mean, realistically ended up not being that bad for the Earth Spirit.
Yeah. As a Earth Spirit connoisseur myself, I'm
Oh, top lane, Old White. He's definitely going to go down there. Falling rocks, beware. Speed. Should be able to get the last hit here. He's going to try. If not, Maldic will finish him off, and it does. Yeah, it's just going to continue happening. I mean, this Nature's Prophet, you can't deal with a long-range fissure. They kind of just backbacking it off, or following up with like the Mystic Snake slow, right? Like I said, 30% slow for 3 seconds. They just hit that fissure. Witch Doctor just kind of hobbles up into there like, oh, hey there, how you doing?
Yeah, the old, hey, how you doing?
Yep, indeed. Old White does have a ward here to scout this like ancient stack that's just being built for this Medusa, but he's got a Maledict, and then the rotation from Red 2, he just died, and he's going to go down a second time as Red just kicks his corpse across the lake. Get out of here.
I don't want to see that no more. Get him out.
I will say that is forever my favorite death animation. Like anytime Earth Spirit just boulder smashes a corpse across the map, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
It never gets old. Bottom lane, Red 2 TPs. They actually didn't see the TP in the mid lane, and the rolling boulder's not going to connect, but he does have the magnetize onto the troll. I thought he missed it for a moment, so I panicked, but he did not, and they will take down Neko on the troll. And Red, this is the momentum that I was talking about. He doesn't have the highest net worth, but look at what he's doing to the enemy team.
Yeah, Earth Spirit has so much rotation power.
Oh.
Whoa. Mid lane, you're trying to hold that there and soak up a bit of XP, taking advantage of that one alongside the 5-minute catapult. So a lot of damage going to come out to this tier 1 tower. Red 2 is forced to respond to this one,
He's
but
got a haste rune on P1.
3 heroes there.
All right, Coconut gonna connect, but no way to get in range for a Maledict. Red 2 just gonna sit here, try and clear up this wave. He's pretty tanky. I mean, he's got about 1100 HP, still got infused raindrops as well. They're TPing in the Shaker. They don't have vision of him quite yet. There's gonna be the bottle refill. Nice teamwork.
Yeah, makes the dream work for sure. But this tower ends up dropping to 335 HP out of that tier 1. It was a pretty costly rotation down to the bottom lane, all things considered. Yes,
Yeah.
you end up getting the Troll Warlord, but I don't think it was worth the kind of damage to the tier 1. If you had lost the tower, I would definitely say it wasn't worth it.
Yep,
Only
absolutely.
A matter of time.
Now,
I think only a matter of time before Old White rotates onto that one.
yeah, I was gonna say, interesting enough, Old White's doing pretty darn well XP-wise. He's really struggling in the the whole money department. Bottom lane, or in the jungle rather, WDR gets found. by the supports. Taking a lot of damage from the Maledict. He's going to turn around and try and go for a toss back, but looks like it's going to be successful as it sets up a two-man coil from P1. His rotation going to be incredibly successful as he takes down the first and now the second hero, Medusa. Just busy farming the wave. He's like, all right, you guys got that, right?
I mean, 2 kills, but Neko is going to struggle down here in the bottom lane because of all those rotations coming out top. Can't deal with his Timber Saw anymore, and he's somebody else who's pressuring the tower at the moment.
Yeah, he's got the 4 points reactive armor, and as a result, the creeps are just going to give him more health regen than the tower can do. And he will eventually chip it down slowly but steadily in Timber Saw fashion. P1 finds another arcane rune. Oh wait, that might be the first. Is it? I don't know. He finds an arcane rune. He's had every rune this game so far.
Well, it was the second arcane rune.
It was, right? Okay. I thought I saw one, but I wasn't 100%.
You're not crazy. You're not that crazy, Ricky.
Not that. I would say that crazy. I'm, you know. I'm wearing a hard hat in my house, Neph. What do you want from me?
I mean, safety first.
Safety first. It's wild out here, man. Working in the Dota universe.
Yeah.
Look at all these granite golems. These guys, they hit hard.
Safety first, having a giant up here assisting, taking this ancient stack here. Don't want speed dropping low, clearing this one out. And
they also just want to get all their jungle items. This is a big deal for them, just to get these and try and increase their momentum. Mid lane, the tier 1 tower will go down to Old White. So that stack did cost them for sure.
They get all 4 of their neutral items with it. Medusa is going to be a lot more farmed.
She gets a jelly too. Just royal jelly and the ocean heart. So if she's able to like kind of walk through the river at all to, you know, one lane to another, she'll be fine. But bottom lane, Coil comes out onto Earthshaker. I mean, you'll definitely take it. The tier 1 tower would still be a nice find as well, but double. Gonna try to do whatever damage he can before he goes down.
Rocks in your head.
Yeah. Old White's treants down here assisting. This guy does not have the glitched out treants, unfortunately. He's just got, what are these ones called? Your cosmetic man.
Oh, these are God dang it.
The Call of the Din Roshan.
Yeah, that's
I can't pronounce that.
yeah,
It's
I
good
remember
stuff.
those.
I don't. I mean,
I
I've seen them
remember
before.
those.
This is Stumpy Courier. I remember that one. I think they ended up discontinuing it.
All right,
something.
Giant getting a little uked out here by the Tiny, but will eventually find the kill.
Trying to clear out from this bottom tier 1. Hold on to this as long as he can. Maintain that map control. He managed to get the tier 1 himself, so.
Net worth-wise, Jiang Hu doing great. Again, top lane, though, as I casters curse the crap out of them. Old White gets surrounded by Red 2 and Albino Zebra, and there it is, baby. Get him out of here. The boot to the back.
Boot to the head. You seen that one?
What?
Boot to the head?
I think that's called a curb stomp, Neff.
No. I'll show you after this game.
I don't know if I want to watch that. All right, smoke up from Jiang Hu. They're going to head right on into the jungle. They have perfect vision of speed on the Medusa. Only 1 point in the mana shield. Coil should be a pretty easy setup, and he's going to be able to find it. Doesn't get this mana shield off, doesn't get the mana shield off in time, but doesn't seem to really matter. His speed just crumbling under that damage. The nice Magnetize comes in from Red. He's going to keep this bouncing around. Silences on to Puck the Boulder as well. He's just going to keep it going. The Earth Spirit, the savior of the fight, he's silenced though. Is he going to be able to get another stone off? No, not in time. But he's done his job. He's able to take down the Puck. Old White going to go for the TP out. Inkswell stunning them up. Storm gonna fall as well. Red 2 just dancing around this fight as much as possible, and Giant's gonna be able to take down another. Ends up being a 2 for 3.
Yeah. And you know, he managed to roll in there with Red 2, not given a single heck there. It ended up being like a 400 gold swing there in favor of Electronic Boys at the end of that team fight. About 500 XP going their way as well. I mean, you have like 1700 HP on the Earth Spirit right now, despite the fact that you're rolling into 3 heroes. He's just so tanky.
Oh,
4.4 strength per level this hero gets. I think one of the highest in the game. Just behind like Centaur.
I would say it's behind Centaur. I think it's the only one. I
Yeah.
honestly don't think there's any other hero that has higher strength gain than him.
Diet should look to
They
the
lowered Tiny's to be a little bit lower than his because I think Tiny's way too high. Yeah, he's gonna be at 3.8. Yeah, incredibly tanky on the Earth
D.
Spirit. Anybody else can be able to get into there.
Albino Zebra hiding in the trees. Classic strategy. Giant, he's just gonna go in and says, you know what, Tiny, I can out damage you. I'm level 11. You are level 6. Look, you know, Chad level 11 Timbersaw.
This is the beta level 6 Tiny.
It might have paid off though, as he's gonna get coiled, tossed out. The coil doesn't snap though. Timbersaw stuck around just a little bit too long as the Inkswell finds him. Witch Doctor dies on the backside. You know, sometimes the Chad gets got.
He do get got, and you got there on the Witch Doctor as well. Troll Whirler not doing too much damage. I think it is the Whirling Axes that ended up finishing him. About 350 came out from that Wrath of Nature.
Yeah.
Gets closer to this Orchid on the Nature's Prophet. It's come out a little bit slow in both these games. Not had a great time in the offline of the Nature's Prophet, Old White, or Giant in this series so far. Once he has this done, it'll be that much easier to get on top of like the Earthshaker, the Witch Doctor, and take them out. The 20-minute mark is really where Nature's Prophet starts to shine, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
that
Once
the
Nature's
item
Prophet
chart.
has like his first big item, you get your level 10 talent for that extra 20 damage. Like you start doing a lot more.
And
Same
the
thing goes for
shard.
Tiny. Once Tiny hits level 8 and gets a Blink Dagger, like this hero is completely online, and the supports on the side of Eboys stand very little chance of surviving like the burst damage.
I mean, for a while, things are gonna go their way if they get these first couple of items. He's just gonna toss Giant away.
Well, there's too many heroes for him to toss away now, as Double can set up a fissure, but this should be a pretty easy kill. A big punish for a support. You know, it's a 4-man rotation. It is potentially going to force Jiang Hu to the bottom lane, though, as Medusa is top, and that's still the big deal, right? They want to make sure this Medusa has the space to farm, because as this goes on, she looks very strong.
I mean, force them to the bottom lane for what? Nobody's gonna rotate down there. Tier 1's already gone. No tower to defend. They're not gonna be able to grab the tier 2. They're just continuing to farm up after they.
Well, they
kill
want the
Tiny, right?
triangle, is what it is. They want the triangle for bounty runes and just set up for mid.
Illusion.
Looks like that's what they're doing. So, going to establish vision over here. They drop the
Wrath of
center.
Nature is going out.
Oh, Albino Zebra.
Oh, yeah, he has been found. He is going to be able to drop the Witch Doctor, ult, Maledict, everything that he can. Nice stun barely on the Inkswell. They managed to silence up the Earth Spirit thanks to the Orchid, the Waning Rift, everything. He's going to die to the Soul Burn. Storm ends up sniping him. The Maledict will eventually finish him off.
Yeah, I think he thought he was fine there. Didn't try to TP out, even though he did have the time there. That kill on the Earth Spirit is pretty important, but it's going to be a pretty big XP swing. Almost 2,000 going their way. That's
Yeah, a lot of
600
damage.
gold.
That Nature's Prophet, I mean, he got that level 10 talent, he got his Orchid, and he did what he needed to do. Nice fissure in the top lane to give himself some space. Coil comes out from P1, and now Old White gonna just trying to help finish off this kill, but he just kind of got baited by P1 as he's gonna go down. Not worth the kill for the Earthshaker.
I'm not finished.
No.
P1's gonna be
it's
fine
not.
though. We've already seen how hard it is to catch this guy in general.
Yeah, he's got boots of travels going on right now. 400 movement speed in his Blink Dagger that he's working with here. I think that's just going to be their strategy. Split push with this Nature's Prophet, split push with this Puck, and avoid fights. I mean, why fight into this Medusa and the Earth Spirit if you don't have to? Outmaneuver them around the map is, I think, the name of the game here.
Yeah. And then hope that you win like one fight where a few heroes don't have buyback, and then just go high ground with Troll. He does have that Battle Fury, so he is staying ahead of the Medusa as far as net worth goes, but eventually Medusa kind of just passes everyone, I feel like, in this game. Not in Dota in general, but in this game I feel like Medusa will eventually pass them.
Yeah. I mean, that split shot being so effective for farming things up. In fact, she's going to use the Mantis style to split shot down this next wave, farm it out as safely as possible.
Oh. Neko gets found by Albino Zebra. He's going to immediately pop the ultimate, but the Battle Trance just gives him off the full health. And now, mid lane, they've even found Giant. That's a huge death. You cannot afford to have that happen. They smoke up immediately, and now they're going to look for the Medusa. They're guessing the triangle, which is a pretty dang good guess. They're pinging it out right away. P1 gets the vision. Blink in the coil. That DD rune as well as the rest of the team. The toss back. Coil's going to snap Neko. Able to just chainstun her down. And honestly, Red 2 comes right and gets caught by the Orchid of Old White immediately. And he's going to die as well. One long-range axe from downtown.
And he's gone. They lose not only Medusa, but the Earth Spirit as well. Things are going from bad to worse. And this is the fight they took right beside the Roche Pit. Buyback's not available. So this is going to be a free Aegis that they're giving up now. Now, P1 shoving in the mid lane to, just make sure he's got tabs on the enemy team here. It is a slow start until he builds up a couple of fervor stacks here, but then Troll Warlord eventually just starts ripping through this.
Yeah.
Nothing that they're able to do now on Eboys. And that's that. It's going to be Aegis going the way of Neko. Yasha now completed. We're going to need they do have a little bit of trouble right now taking towers without split pushing here on Old White. I think that they will need a BKB on this Troll Warlord so he can actually sit on the high ground before they're able to, start looking for moves to close out this game right now. But they've made all the right plays. I mean, they've picked off speed twice now when he's been farming out the jungle. This is what they need to do, slow down his gameplay. Because of that, he's sitting almost 2,000 net worth behind this Troll Warlord.
I mean, you can, to me, the biggest thing for me is just the amount of net worth difference on the supports. Like the supports on Eboys have had nowhere to farm. Like they've been trying to force fights or at least like pickoffs, and they haven't really been getting a lot of money out of it. But you look at, Storm, he's sitting on a Veiled Discord. He's like got an Aether Lens completed now, and where's Tiny? Yeah, he has his Blink completed. So they're looking pretty good. Bottom lane, Stone Gaze immediately popped as she tries to scurry away. Coil just barely off the mark.
Unfortunate. I mean, it's hard to catch Medusa when she's got that Mantis Star on the movement speed boost. You end up increasing your hero by...
managed to find Giant once again, but WDR doesn't go for the toss back.
Puck was on top of him. It was a little bit tricky to get that one off, because if you toss the puck, you end up ruining the entire play. Imp found on the Medusa.
That's a great pickup. Just that damage in general is going to really help her.
Yeah.
All right, Avalanche toss again. The Inkskull Timber able to dodge it this time with the Yules, but he's still so low, and there's the Battle Trance. They just get the kill, no problem. Albino Zebra on the run as well. Double kill for Neko. He's just so dang farmed on this Troll Warlord. That's going to be the tier 2, and this is what we're saying. Once you get a couple kills, you can try and pressure the high ground. That's exactly what they're going to do. In top lane, they even find the Earthshaker. Will survive just barely in the base there. Soulburn not going to be enough to finish him off.
That would have been such a big kill. He just barely finished his Blink Dagger. They almost ended up killing him. He didn't buy out either. He waited until he got back to base before making that purchase there. I mean, this is a huge item timing. Just hit level 12 now on the Earthshaker. Has his Blink Dagger done. He's going to reveal it in a moment here. I mean, if they can take a big team fight with level 2 Echo Slam with his Blink Dagger, could change the state of this game.
Yeah.
You're going to need an amazing Echo to turn this around. 9,000 net worth lead right now from Dire side.
Yeah, they really need... The Dire really needs to take out this top tier 1 tower. It is causing a lot of issues for them because it gives this a lot of space for the Medusa to like kind of safely farm where she shouldn't really be able to. And this top tier 1 tower, I mean, once you take that, you don't have the ability to pressure the Roshan as on Eboys. Obviously, it's not respawning for a while. We just saw the Dire take it. He's still going to have it for a few more minutes, but Red 2's Earth Spirit, I mean, he went for this early urn and just rushed BKB after that. He ended up going the rolling boulder distance as 10 as opposed to the 50 damage.
I mean, you're serving less of a damage. You're less so damage and more so, trying to chase people down and serving as utility. You want to be able to catch out this nature's prophet. That's where a lot of your gold is going to come from at a certain point, I think. Like, he is rolling in and being the suicide initiator with this BKB that he went. The build does make sense to me, but you've kind of accepted that you're not dictating the pace of this game anymore, and it's going to be 100% on the Medusa to pump out damage.
Absolutely. I mean, they're pinging out the Medusa. They want to go for it. Inkswell, they go right in. The Avalanche toss once again. She's able to get the Manta off, but has no mana for the Stone Gaze, and she is gone. The backside of the fight, a beautiful coil holding Earth Spirit at bay. The Witch Doctor goes down as well. Red, try to get that roll away. He's going to be fine, but 3 quick kills for Jiang Hu. Fantastic coordination on this engagement here.
Yeah, and you know, despite the fact he just managed to finish through that BKB, that was not a great initiation there by Red 2. Ended up trying to commit onto the puck. The puck got the phase shift off before Red 2 connected that geomantic grip as he's coming in towards him there. He basically saw the Earth Spirit coming, and while he was trying to do that, I mean, his Medusa was dying. If he was there with the assist to somehow save Medusa, get the silence off to stuff like a chain disable or something, the fight could have turned out a little bit different, but things is getting worse and worse. Now sitting on top of the triangle, farming this one up. Age is going to expire in a couple of seconds here, so I think they'll slow down a bit on Jiang Hu, but
yeah, I mean they're finally picking out the top tier 1 tower. They need to take this tower. It's so important. They're going to go BKB on Neko. The old white Nature's Prophet has his BKB as we saw in the last fight, now building a Bloodthorn. And WDR, he's about to have a 4-staff. So Tiny, super mobile, doing some serious work on this hero already this game. And the Medusa, I mean, she's just not able to keep up with them at this point. She's struggling.
The Medusa is going to continue to struggle once you get the Bloodthorn finished on this Nature's Prophet. I mean, you can dispel it with the Manta style, but you get the Manta style first, you drop it on her. She's just going to melt underneath the Troll Warlord and Old White here, who's able to play super aggressive in these team fights because he's got his Black King bar completed as well. 9 seconds left on that one.
Bloodthorn's done.
Yep. Next, I imagine is he's just going to go Sheepstick, ignore split pushing. I mean, why not? He's able to fight right into them at the moment. No need to split push.
Neph. Puck has a Dagon.
He do have a Dagon. You got Dagon, double Null Talisman, Nether Shawl. So we're looking at 756 burst damage on this thing with that spell amp. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. We have Ink over picked up on the Grimstroke, his Aghanim Shard, which 6 seconds slow and attack speed slow.
I mean, when Medusa is pumping out the majority of the damage, why not?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good, huh? If you just ink over the Medusa in the fights, she does a lot less damage.
Yeah. With the attack speed slow and not moving nearly as fast either. It's going to be a serious problem Medusa has to deal with, and eventually, you know, he can just build an Aghanim Scepter, then you have Medusa, but better.
This is true. Oh my gosh. I want to see it. I want to see Blink Axe.
We'll see if that's what he ends up going here. He's got the Blink Dagger Q-Def next.
So Giant's queuing up a Lotus Orb. He does need something. He needs survivability, and right now it just feels like there's too much damage on Jiang Hu. Like normally Timbersaw needs to have a lot of momentum in the early game so that by 20-25 minutes he's like so unkillable that the enemy team has very little ways of preventing him from being in the lane, farming or pushing lanes, and Giant is just so afraid.
Giant unable to do a whole lot this game. It's sort of in the same position that we saw Old White on the Viper. I mean, that's one of the benefits of Nature's Prophet. You don't necessarily need to have an amazing lane to have options. Tiny, what's going on here?
Oh, on the side, I hear the Death Ward, but immediately silenced by Old White. Witch Doctor gonna die to that Soulburn for sure. Just pops his BKB. Look at the damage from this Nature's Prophet and Medusa. She pops the Stone Gaze, but she's got no damage of her own, and the ink over, as we talked about. Oh my gosh, it's such a great counter.
While that was happening, you know, Red 2 doing all he can, ends up getting the Tiny, but you've lost everything else. No way to defend your base right now. You can drop that Fortify to try to deal with this Catapult here, but aggressive Fortify could just come out from the other side.
Yeah, I imagine they would, and just kind of tank these. Yeah, they do. Yeah, well played. Well positioned on the enemy team too, just making sure that the Earthshaker's Echo is not going to connect onto multiple heroes. Red's doing what he can on the side of the base here, but they kind of just have to accept the fact that there's... Oh, he misses the Maledict. Unlucky.
Yeah. Might have wanted to chain him down if you get that Maledict, but you do have to keep in mind, Stroll Warlord has a BKB. You mess up initiating onto him, he's going to turn on you and destroy your entire team, just leave you down. It's not worth the risk right now, but I feel like they have to go for a desperation play here. Their backs are against the wall. They're down 24k net worth. We're 27 minutes in. Roshan is going to respawn another 35 seconds here. Eboys, they got to go for a Hail Mary, right?
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't even know where that Hail Mary is. It's like you're throwing a Hail Mary into your own end zone.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Old White manages to just randomly get found by Giant. This is a big kill if they can do it. He just pops that Lotus Orb to try and save himself. Immediately goes for the BKB TP. So it is a BKB charge down at the end of the day, which is pretty value. But still, this is still pretty rough. 18,000 net worth on the Troll Warlord and a 24,000 net worth lead and 1 lane barracks advantage.
Yeah, getting out of their base right now is pretty important to grab those tier 3 items. They need more to be able to defend their base here. They can't just wait for
Oh my
Jiang Hu
god. The damage from that puck. Giant just not respecting it. He just goes down bottom. Like, he just thinks he's tankier than he is, I suspect.
Your 20% magic resistance means very little to this puck at the moment.
Yeah, the puck plus you have the Veil of Discord on Grimstroke. Tiny got another shawl. So they have so much spell amplification and spell damage on these heroes. Roshan number 2 going to be claimed. Aegis.
Neko? He's lagging. That is the only reason why. He's just not moving there. Then Old White pausing immediately afterwards.
Yeah, it'll be on Neko. Old White takes the cheese.
Nice grab there. So they've got everything they need right now. I mean, Abyssal Blade is one more thing the Troll Warlord is working on, but I'm not even sure they need it at this point. He's still got his 10-second BKB. Finished it ages ago and still hasn't had to activate it yet.
For speed bottom, he pops his Manta. They get the silence. Can they finish him off, though? There's going to be the Bloodborne. Yeah, absolutely they can finish him off. The bashes, Neko, everyone's got so much here. And Medusa's dead. 60 seconds without buyback. Trying to just split push the wave. And Witch Doctor just died at tier 4s to a puck.
He's got no bottleneck either. It's on cooldown for another 4 minutes, 45 seconds. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do anything here. They're just losing their range racks in the mid lane to creeps, and Neko ripping apart this tower. No fortify available.
Puck's going to do it again. They have a really deep ward here, scouting out as much as they can. And as soon as he sees a target, I'm sure we're going to see him just kind of go in with this Dagon. Double really wants to go for an Echo Slam play, but there it is. That's the vision. He gets him right away, and now no Earthshaker, which means no base defense. The Yule Scepter trying to buy himself some time, but a toss back. Giant will go down as well. 4 heroes dead. This is looking like it's all she wrote.
Yeah, I don't see any way back into this one. All your heroes are dead. It's Red 2 by himself against the world. They have people coming back up in another 5 seconds here. They might try to do one last base defense here, but even if you manage to defend, you're going to need to wipe everybody and buy a Divine Rapier to turn this game around on the Medusa.
Oh, BKB from Red 2. We'll see what they can do. Puck would be a fantastic target. She's able to pop that Stone Gaze, but Puck's just going to be out. Oh, the Witch Doctor Ward is going to finish him off. Instead, WDR looking like he's going to do something to Neko. He just walks on in, pops that Battle Trance, just going target to target, and now Medusa just getting bashed up and chewed through. Neko is just too damn strong. And there's the GGs that come out. Another 5-man wipe. They get pretty much nothing. A great draft here from the side of Jiang Hu.
Yeah, and I think it just comes down to them having more options. You know, we talked about Giant needing to have an awesome time in that offlane on Timber, so it didn't really matter how the offlane went for Old White there, though. Nature's Prophet, if you end up popping off, you go for damage, you went for that Bloodstone, you don't have such a good time, you end up getting that Aghanim Shard and just split push the waves, avoid confrontation. But they gave up puck to P1 again. I mean, we saw the performance he had in the game where he struggled last time, and he did an amazing job. This time, with his Dagon build, he went just kill after kill, ending that game at 7-2 and 11, really controlling the pace of this game and finding kills on the Medusa. It's not just the fact that he was finding kills; he was finding the important ones, right? Not wasting their time looking for pickoffs on Giant, really.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. You know, that game looked pretty much like a stomp. Like they just had their number. I was kind of hoping for some cheesiness out of the Eboys draft with that Earth Spirit mid and that it was going to pay off, but it just fell off so hard. To be honest, I think Eboys would have appreciated our protective gear. If they had it this game, maybe it wouldn't have been so painful. But that was just a complete outdraft, outplay by Jiang Hu. Just fantastic all around. And P1's Puck, man, I think you have to respect ban this game 3. I cannot imagine you give them Puck the 3rd game. And we'll see what happens. Neph, any final thoughts before we throw to the last break?
Excited for this one. I'm not surprised this ended up going to a 3-game series. I was thinking that would be a possibility here. Electronic Boys, had a great start in game number 1, but they did bounce back here on Jiang Hu. Curious to who the stronger team is, and then we're about to find out in a couple of minutes.
All right, we'll see y'all in just a little bit. Enjoy a small break, and we'll be back with game number 3, Eboys versus Jiang Hu. Have a good one.